Join us today on Two Guys on a Porch and see if the Weller Millennium, the legendary Weller Millennium, can stand up to Pappy 23 and Old Fitzgerald 19 year.
Welcome to Two Guys on a Porch. I'm Jason. This is Bradford. We have my trusty honey dog, Kimber, with us today as we sit on the porch again with a fellowship stick, glasses filled with the flavor of friendship, enjoying life, trying to figure out, and just having a good old time. Bradford, what a momentous tasting we have today. Wow, I'm excited.
Absolutely. And the topic is, why are we doing this podcast?
Yeah. Why are we here again?
And I think what we're tasting today answers the question.
It justifies the means.
Yeah, I can't imagine somebody curating a tasting comparable to what we have today. We've got Old Fitzgerald 19 year, which we've had before on the show, and we loved it. So much so that we thought, what would that taste like compared to Pappy 23? So we have that too.
Yeah.
And then, for those of you that are watching, we have a big white box in front of us, which is Weller Millennium.
Wow. And like, what a sartorial box, right? I mean, holy cow. Have you ever seen a presentation like this for a bottle of bourbon?
It is expressing its sartorial coat, if you will.
Yes.
Fortunately, that was a word I did recognize. My first job as a haberdasher, if you will, my first career, that is a word I knew. But yeah, the presentation of this Weller Millennium is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, before we really get into it, it's hard not to talk about the big white elephant in the room. If we want to,
literally,
if we want to refer to the Weller Millennium as that. But this was Weller's attempt to really eliminate the secondary market, because as we talk about the Pappies and how much they are, that's not the MSRP. So Buffalo Trace, which is the owner of the distillery that manufactures Pappy and Weller, they didn't make money off of the secondary market. So they decided, we're going to eliminate that. We're going to produce an exquisite bourbon and charge you $7,500 for the pleasure.
Yeah. MSRP $7,500.
That's right.
So when you went and bought it on the secondary market, and it's limited production, a little over 2,000 bottles, you paid even more than that $7,500, at least in the past. Again, God bless the prices dropping, so folks like us can partake, but it's come down in price, and so we struck while the iron is hot.
Yeah, and we've got some amazing fellowship sticks to enjoy with it today. We've got Rocky Patel Vintage 1990, aged 12 years. And into this a little bit, a great cigar.
Indeed.
Now, does it compare to some of the Padron 50th anniversary, 60th anniversary? No. But kind of like whiskey, you have gradations of quality, and as good a quality cigar this is, we've had some amazing things on this show.
This is pretty good, though. This is not spit it out, not have a bad taste in your mouth. This is nice.
Yeah. So to answer the first question as to why did we do this podcast? Well, here's a great reason: we get to taste great whiskey.
Life is hard right now. Sitting on the porch, enjoying good friendship while we enjoy great cigars and bourbon. So this is pretty good. Is that why you wear the hat today? It's so momentous that, hey, it deserves a hat?
I'm expressing my sartorial expression and individuality as well.
Oh, so. Good. I'm glad that you are. Yeah. So, wow, I would throw the gauntlet out. I would defy anybody to find another podcast in which they are tasting big dogs like this.
The only other one I remember is the one we did.
Yeah. So
our most viewed episode was the heavyweight.
Yeah. Heavyweights. Yeah. And then Pappy New Year was pretty good too.
Yes. We did the 15, 20, and 23. For the Pappy expressions, but to refresh your memory for those regular listeners, the heavyweight was King of Kentucky, Pappy 23, and the Old Forester birthday bourbon.
Yep.
which I think from that, the birthday bourbon would not reach the threshold of these whiskeys.
Yeah, and even in that tasting, the birthday bourbon wasn't holding
It was
up.
knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a legendary, or is a legendary bourbon. Not to put it down, it didn't hold up against the other heavyweights.
So what do we want to try first?
Tough choice. I would say the Millennium last because it's the unicorn. It's the
Truly.
one that not many people. You're never going to find this on a shelf. And so I would say that last. We can. I would say the 23. I don't know, 19 or the 23 first. What do you think?
I'm inclined toward the 19. I will say you commented you're never going to find it on a shelf. So I went to Thanksgiving at my sister's last year, which ended up being my mother's last Thanksgiving, and we all kind of knew that. So I thought I need to go see my mom.
Yeah.
And so I drove over and I stopped at Buc-ee's in somewhere South Carolina.
Don't tell me Buc-ee's had it.
They did not, but
Holy cow.
there was a liquor store right next door. And I walked in and they had it on the shelf.
Wow.
And for about 12 grand, it could be yours.
Holy cow. So they were really fishing for it right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal price. So, like we just said, MSRP is $7,500. Secondary market, a little bit more than that because here again, Buffalo Trace is sucking up most of that secondary market money. Recently, this has gone on sale. We picked this up for $5,700. Not that that's cheap, but it's less than $8,000.
You too can go get your own bottle.
So I feel fortunate that we are here on the porch tasting these great bourbons today.
Yeah, so we wanted to try the 19. Let's start on that.
Excellent.
And again, as a reminder, we've had this before and we're overwhelmed with how good it was. We compared this to the Old Fitzgerald 13 year, which was Whiskey Advocate or one of the
It was Whiskey of the Year.
Yeah, it was their Whiskey of the Year.
Yeah, it was
absolutely.
their 25th anniversary of the Heaven Hill Fire, and it was named as the 2025 Whiskey of the Year. So no slouch.
And this was
Better.
just miles better.
Now, this 19-year-old wasn't in the competition because it's not that year,
Right.
but this was better.
Yeah, so let's see if we were right.
Yeah, spearmint on the nose, kind of a darker yellow gold.
And I would say for those that are like me who can't really detect flavors as well, when you get a whiskey on the nose and you can't quite identify something, but it's got hints of a lot, I think that is an expression of complexity.
Yeah, that's one of your favorite words. This is definitely complex, full mouth, unctuous, long finish. You taste it everywhere. What's full mouth mean? You taste it everywhere in your mouth. Your teeth taste this bourbon.
All over your mouth.
Yeah, all over it.
This, by the way, is not a Buffalo Trace product. This is Heaven Hill.
Oh, Heaven Hill. Yeah.
As you said that earlier.
Okay.
But what they did is when Stitzel Weller shut down in 1972, it was closed. Many of the labels were sold along with it, and so passed through different ownerships. Different distilleries own different labels. So when Old Fitzgerald was acquired, that label acquired by Heaven Hill, they started producing Old Fitzgerald as an homage to Pappy Van Winkle. So it is a wheated bourbon. They typically don't do that. That is not kind of their wheelhouse, but they do that as an homage to Pappy. And so that's why it fits really well with what we're doing, because the Weller's going to be wheated. The Pappy has a wheated mash bill, as you've said, with, some spice notes, cinnamon notes.
Yeah, we picked these out because we're tasting the Weller Millennium for the first time. We wanted to put the biggest guns we could up against it. And that's why we picked the 19-year-old from our previous experience and 23-year-old Pappy from our experience and just reputation.
So I will say this 19 is as good as I remember it.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal bourbon.
It is
phenomenal.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
And what is it going for on the secondary market these days? MSRP is $275.
Like 2,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming. Well, before it was like 2,500. It's come down now. I think it's come down as much as $1,000 now. close to it. I think that's the underdog right now. I think if you want to find a phenomenal bourbon that people haven't heard of yet, Old Fitzgerald is it.
Yeah, and these decanters that they use are
beautiful.
beautiful display pieces once the bottle is empty. Uh, you can buy empty bottles on the internet, and you're going to pay for a Pappy 23. You could pay a couple $100. You're easily going to pay that for this Old Fitzgerald decanters. They are beautiful.
Yeah, indeed. Let me hand you. This is the 23 here.
Wonderful. I feel like there ought to be a drum roll as we nose and taste this. It's phenomenal. I mean, this is the pinnacle of bourbon, really.
Yeah, this is Pappy didn't get his reputation for nothing.
Yeah, and the Van Winkle family lends their name to Buffalo Trace to produce this. I don't know some of the ins and outs. Buffalo Trace acquired. They became an entity, I think, in 1999 after a number of iterations naming their distillery. But they partner with the Van Winkle family to produce and release this, the 15, 20, and 23.
So if you go back to our Pappy New Year episode, we were blown away by the 23. Before that, we thought 15 was good enough compared to the 23. But as we tasted them side by side, it was the finish that really pulled it out. And just like winning by a nose in the Kentucky Derby, the 23 wins by that finish. It is a phenomenal finish, smooth.
You're saying it wins against what we just tasted, the Old Fitzgerald 19.
No, I don't know. It's different. If I had to pick between the two.
Yes, pick between the two.
I really love the Old Fitzgerald. I love that spearmint, fruity finish. It's a smooth finish. It's not the Old Fitzgerald does not have as much oak leather as the 23-year-old. This has that little bit of cinnamon, very smooth, but it's not as fruity as the Old Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I've likened this to tasting warm butter, and I would go along and say that again.
Yeah, I agree with
reiterate that. It is smoother than the Old Fitzgerald. I will say that Old Fitzgerald 19 that we just tried has a little more personality.
Yeah.
And so if you want that, it would be your choice.
Yeah.
I like something a little bit smoother. And so this Pappy 23 edges it out in that regard. For me, that would be my personal preference.
If I had to more succinctly put it, I would put it buttered bacon. It's got that little bit of smoke, butter. Yeah.
I don't know that I would go there, but I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I would say to this point, it is the best whiskey I've ever tried. And we've tried it on more than one occasion.
Lots and lots of things. So why are we sitting here on this porch?
Well, I'm going to give a quick history. So we've talked about it in variations over time. We did a Balvenie Ton 1509. That was one of the things that we tasted when we were having this conversation. And you jokingly said, we ought to do a podcast so I can write off this high-end whiskey I like. And we were like, that'd be kind of fun.
Because we're not experts, but we are professionals. So it's a business, right? And along those lines, this is time for the gratuitous solicitation, right? So stop, like, subscribe, comment. We love sitting out on the porch. We love having y'all listen. So just pause for a second. Do us a favor. We want to continue sitting on the porch, drinking great things with you. So do us a favor. Do us a fist bump. Like and subscribe.
I thought you were about to do a GoFundMe announcement.
We can do that too.
So when we had that conversation, we were talking about, so what are we, two old white guys sitting on the back porch? That's probably too long of a title.
Yeah.
So we kind of bantered back and forth about, what are we going to call this? And we settled on two guys on a porch. That's what we are. That's what we do. We smoke cigars. We like comparing whiskeys. We kind of are pretty good on the 2-point scale, good, bad.
Yeah. We wanted just to reminisce. We've been doing this since 2002, usually with more buddies. But we would reminisce, sit on the porch. What do you want to drink? We go up to the liquor cabinet and say, well, I haven't had that before. I'll try this. Let's compare it to this. We pull it out, pick some cigars, occasionally play some poker, and we drink and talk about life and enjoy it and say, what can we do to replicate this?
So I wasn't sure how serious you were, and it was at the JDRF, now T1D banquet in 2024. We've had the 2025 version. And so we were there, and I said, and you made another joke about the podcast, and I said, are you serious about that? And you were like, yeah. And I said, okay, I'll get into it. And I went home and got on Legal Zoom and incorporated us as
LLC.
Yeah, two guys on a porch. And then we did all the things we needed to do to move forward. And
so we're legit. As
we
my
are
kids
legit.
would say.
And then we found a real producer, Huff Daddy.
Yeah, thank you, Huff Daddy.
And we met with him with some bourbon tasting and a good steak and decided, let's move forward.
It's hard work making this look good.
And so here we are. But the idea was we just wanted to share what we did.
Yeah, it's a great experience. And we hope that it becomes more than just two guys on a porch smoking and drinking. We hope to make it bigger than that. We're having a lot of fun along the way, but I think there's something missing out there where guys do this. And so our goal, if you will, I'm not sure we really have goals.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is it a mission? Would you go as extreme to say it's really a mission?
I think it's a journey because I'm a very goal-oriented person, but I really don't know what our goals are. What do we hope to be? If somebody, not that anybody's knocking down our doors, if somebody came in and offered us big money for our podcast and do it, honestly, I'm not sure we would take it. I think we enjoyed just being simply us, sitting on a porch, doing this.
Well,
it's fun. Hopefully we're reaching others and including others, not only guys, but women's, and just kind of a fellowship time, if you will.
Yeah, and I would challenge that. If based on what you just described, I would call that more mission-oriented. If you wouldn't sell it because you would lose control over what it is and the decisions you would make, I would concur with that. And I think for me, the opportunity for others to experience what we do, we have an opportunity to grow our friendship. We talk about, hey, we can solve life problems. And the reality is there have been a lot of issues that I've had a chance to discuss with you over the years, be it divorce or in your case, health.
Yeah.
We talk, you have experienced and dealt with and overcome lung cancer.
Yeah.
Have another puff on that cigar while you talk about that.
I don't inhale.
Yeah. Just
I don't exhale.
Just to clarify, we're more likely to get mouth cancer than anything related to lung-related cancer. Just to clarify that. But yeah, it's not that we've necessarily solved, but we have a chance to share with each other and grow our friendship. And I think that's the example. That's the mission that I would like to provide for other guys.
Perhaps life is not a game to be won, just played.
Yeah. Not that it's playful, but that you can't do it alone. It's hard, and we want to share it with each other, and it makes that journey much easier.
It's a team sport.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it. Great way to put it. So we've tasted the Old Fitzgerald 19. We've tasted the Pappy 23. I liked the 23 better. You, I think, tend toward the 19 just from it's a little different. It's got a little more personality.
Yeah, it's a little more complex, but I'm really impressed with the Old Fitzgerald. I just said it. I mean, I think it's the most underrated bourbon out there. It's not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than a Pappy 23. Pappy 23, a year ago, you're going to pay $5,000 to $6,000 for a bottle. Now it's down to $3,000, $3,500. So it's almost half of what it used to be. The 19-year-old, we just went over prices. It's regardless. It's just not. It doesn't have the reputation of a Pappy, and it's damn good.
Yeah. So let's undress and unveil the Millennium.
Let's do this. We're trying without knocking the bottle over. If you're graded on presentation alone, the Weller Millennium gets it. I mean, so it first of all, you for those listening and even watching, this is heavy. This is a good 30 pounds.
Yeah, at least that.
It comes in a huge box. We'll show you that on the side reel, but it's a huge box, and it comes in this presentation that's unmatched. It looks great. So it comes in this very soft chamois type of case cover, and then I think like angel lights music ought to play as you open this, but pull them from that side, Bradford. Whoa. And so I don't know if it comes out in camera, and certainly doesn't come out over the podcast. It's lit from the bottom. And so you slide out, it has lights in the bottom. It's called Millennium because it was produced, and the idea was they came up with this at the end of the Millennium, year 1999. So it's the Millennium. The arrays, there's exactly 19 rays, 99 rays.
Which is the proof.
Exactly, 99 proof, and 99 rays going around the bottle, and it shines. There's a crystal top to it as you open it.
And the bottle itself, which looks like any other Weller bottle at a distance, is also handmade crystal.
Exactly. And then you pull out this little secret compartment, and lo and behold, you have this little piece of paper here. And again, it's it's this nice presentation of it. This is bottle number 303 of 2,870. If you look on the internet, they talk about 2,000 bottles, but this says 2,870. So I would assume they know what they're talking about. They're the one who made it. So 2,870 bottles. It talks about, you can't see this. We can put this on the B-roll. The crystal top, once you open the bottle, you need a top to put on it, and you don't want to put the regular bottle top in there. How broke?
Gauche would that be?
Yeah. So it has the original Weller W on top of it. Again, phenomenal presentation here.
Yeah, and to tell you a little bit about what we're trying, their idea was to show the impact of wheat on whiskey. So this is not a bourbon in the traditional sense. So this was made with expressions of 4 different years of barrels. It's 3% of barrels from the year 2000, 40% from the year 2003, 30% from the year 2005, and 7% from the year 2006. And it is a blend of bourbon from their mash bill, their wheated mash bill, along with wheated whiskey. So it was made with at least 51% wheat, which is not bourbon. Bourbon has to be 51% corn. So we expect to taste really smooth whiskey because of that wheat. That gives you a rounded, bready, sweet, smooth flavor. It takes the edge off of the alcohol when you add wheat to it.
So, I
see you have your nose all in
Oh
this.
yeah, so like seeing your firstborn child for the first time. Wow, that knows how the bottle is special. Janie, my firstborn, her name's Janie. Janie, you are more special in this bourbon, but wow, that is special there.
Oh, I hear it pouring. Lovely.
Oh, what a sound.
No kidding. Thank you. Yeah, so hold up that bottle so we can see it compared to.
So it
is reminiscent of a standard Weller, but not exactly.
Yeah, it's got this gold label on it. 99 proof is what it says. All gold embossed. Just like a true southern afternoon. You pull it out, and the bottle is cold, but it's very hot and humid on the porch today, so it's got some sweating going on here. Hopefully, I won't drop it.
Yeah, that nose reminds me so much of what we've experienced with Pappys and Wellers. It's just so complex with notes and hints of fruit and vanilla and caramel and oak, all the things that you really enjoy in a wonderful bourbon.
So
You've got a perpetual smile on your face as we're trying this.
This is great. And so here's the crystal top with the original W from Weller. I'll go ahead and put that back on up here. Can't really see it. Feel my way through it.
Well, I just tasted it.
Yeah.
First, let me say, is it worth $7,500?
Uh-oh, I don't like where there was a pause there.
No. Is it as good as the Pappy 23? No. Is it as good as the Old Fitzgerald 19? No. That's my assessment. And yet, is it amazing, amazing whiskey? Absolutely.
You can definitely taste the wheat in it.
Yeah.
As you just articulated, this is a wheated whiskey, not a wheated bourbon, and it's different. It's very, very good, but I don't know. It's unique. It's a unicorn, and that's their whole purpose of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah,
they're trying to put something out there that you haven't tasted before.
No one
this
else
is
is going to be able to produce this. That is for sure. Yeah, it is. It is very unique in that regard.
Very soft nose. Again, soft in the mid palate. The finish is very full body, unaccious, that oily type finish, smooth finish, a hint of spice to it, not hard at all. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that finish is so rounded. It's that's where I really detect the wheat.
There's a little bit of orange to it.
Yes, I detect that on the front,
Yeah.
and on the finish, it's really that wheated bready flavor that I detect.
Orange marmalade on bread. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Whereas the Pappy 23 is warm butter. Yeah, I think you're right. And granted, it's not forward. It's hints of this, but orange marmalade on bread is a great way to describe it.
Yes, great sipping whiskey on the porch.
My goodness.
Holy cow. Wow. It's good to be us today. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I hope that, as we expressed why we wanted to do this podcast, that others have an opportunity to really kind of enjoy that with us, whether you're drinking this or something else that's your personal favorite. And look, we've tried some great whiskeys. We also have tried some great whiskeys you can buy for $25. So if that's what you're at home drinking with us as you listen, cheers to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't have to enjoy expensive whiskey to have the experience we do. That was never the point.
But far be it for me to sit on my porch by myself,
Right.
and have this phenomenal experience and not share it with friends. I mean, what fun is that? I mean, so I don't know. It adds to for me, it adds to the experience to be able to share this with you.
Well, and I appreciate that. I think that's been evident, the expression on your face when you were able to show me on our Pappy New Year episode, the very, very old Fitzgerald that you procured, searching for that 12-year-old bottled in bond that was barreled in 1957 and bottled in 69. You were
by
so
Pappy himself.
Right. You were so happy to do that. And I'm so grateful to get to experience it. It's a really cool thing that I get to sit here with you to do this. So I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to do this podcast because, one, it's fun. We sure wouldn't keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because that's another question is, why do you keep doing it? Because it's fun.
Yeah. And it's a learning experience. I bet if you go back to our first few episodes, our palates have been more refined. We know more what we're looking for now. Again, we're not experts. We're professionals, according to the IRS. But we learned from this experience. And that's what we're trying to impart to our listeners is some of our experiences so that they can learn as well.
Yeah, there are plenty of inept professionals. We may fall into that category, but
this is true.
But we certainly enjoy it, and we don't have to be experts to do that.
Yeah, none of the professionals have as nice a hat as you do.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I know that those who are watching are jealous of that. You too can get a hat and enjoy a beautiful summer day sitting on the porch. Well, we hope that you all enjoy your own whiskey with us as we smoke cigars, share fellowship with each other, and wonderful whiskey. Thank you for joining us on Two Guys on the Porch.
Yeah, but you're not going to get off that. What's your final pick? Which one whiskey out of the three you're going to drink for the rest of your life? Which one is it going to be?
Pappy 23.
All right.
Without hesitation.
Without hesitation, I'm going to go with the Fitzgerald 19-year-old, which is interesting because while the Weller Millennium is excellent and unique, it's not our favorite. So, interesting. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you doing this. We really appreciate you coming and joining us on the porch. Be sure to like and subscribe so we can keep on doing this.
Please like and subscribe, rate, all the stuff you do on all the social media platforms. Thanks, guys.
Let us know what your drink and cigar of choice is at twoguysonaporch.com, and you'll be entered into a drawing to get some Two Guys on a Porch swag